Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The NFL universe has been buzzing with whispers, and now those whispers seem to be turning into a reality that could shake the very foundation of the league. Sources close to the inner circles of team management hint that the New England Patriots may have secured one of the most explosive wide receiver duos in recent history, pairing A.J. Brown and TEE Higgins on the same roster. Imagine a scenario where two players who have consistently tormented defensive backfields individually are suddenly lining up side by side, creating matchup nightmares week after week. The very idea conjures images of defenses scrambling, coordinators sweating over adjustments, and commentators struggling to find superlatives to describe the chemistry that could potentially unfold. Both players have shown the ability to dominate, not just through speed and athleticism, but through timing, spatial awareness, and an almost preternatural ability to find openings in even the tightest coverages. If this pairing materializes in New England, it's not just a roster upgrade. It could signal a shift in offensive philosophy, one that prioritizes explosive downfield plays, vertical threats, and the kind of big play potential that forces opponents to rethink their entire game plan. Rumors suggest that internal discussions have already begun about how the coaching staff might restructure formations to fully exploit the skill sets of Brown and Higgins, giving the Patriots an arsenal that could redefine their aerial attack. What makes this speculation even more tantalizing is the timing. The Patriots have historically been cautious with marquee offensive acquisitions, preferring strategic depth and scheme fit over headline-grabbing signings. Yet here we are, considering the potential pairing of two receivers who each have proven they can be the focal point of high-powered offenses. A.J. Brown, known for his physicality and ability to break tackles, paired with TEE Higgins, whose route-running precision and clutch catching have been game-changing, could create an entirely new dynamic in the AFC. One can already imagine the film study sessions, coaches poring over every nuance of defensive tendencies, plotting how to maximize these talents together. Even the veteran quarterback in New England would have new options that could stretch defenses vertically and horizontally in ways that might not have been feasible before. The rumor mill suggests internal projections have the team envisioning multiple formations designed specifically to isolate one-on-one matchups, leveraging both receivers' strengths while keeping defensive coordinators guessing. Analysts are speculating about the psychological impact on opponents, who will now face a dual threat capable of turning a single play into a highlight reel moment. Every snap could carry the potential for an explosive gain, forcing the league to take notice if this pairing comes to fruition. Adding fuel to this fire is the potential synergy these two receivers could develop off the field. Rumors indicate that early meetings between Brown and Higgins have been extremely positive, with both players expressing mutual respect and an eagerness to collaborate. In professional sports, talent is only part of the equation. Chemistry, mindset, and willingness to complement each other often make the difference between good and historic. If the Patriots' locker room can foster that dynamic, the narrative surrounding New England could shift almost overnight, from a team in transition to a true offensive powerhouse. Fans are already imagining scenarios where deep throws, precise slants, and high-impact third-down conversions become a standard rather than the exception. This pairing could also elevate the quarterback's performance, as having two reliable and explosive targets on the field opens up the playbook and provides confidence to attempt plays that might have previously been deemed too risky. Rumors suggest that practice plans have been adjusted to test various route combinations, spacing strategies, and coverage manipulations specifically aimed at understanding how these two receivers operate together under pressure. The league is already bracing for potential ripple effects, with defensive coordinators potentially rethinking how to allocate their top cornerbacks and safeties against this new Patriots configuration. One intriguing aspect of this speculative move is its impact on the broader landscape of the AFC. With Brown and Higgins potentially combining forces, other teams may need to reconsider their offseason priorities, particularly when it comes to bolstering secondary units or preparing schematically for the Patriots' aerial assault. The rumor mill is suggesting that matchups previously considered manageable for New England could now be far more complex, forcing opponents to adapt quickly or risk being dominated in high-stakes games. Analysts speculate that we could see a shift in draft strategies, free agent pursuits, and even mid-season trades, as teams scramble to counter a receiving tandem that might redefine what it means to be an elite offensive unit. The psychological pressure alone, knowing that even a single lapse in coverage could result in a massive gain, might alter defensive play calling in subtle but meaningful ways. Internal discussions within the Patriots coaching staff reportedly revolve around how to maintain flexibility while still capitalizing on the explosive potential of Brown and Higgins. If executed correctly, this could not only create an offense that is highly efficient and dynamic, but one that also entertains and excites the fan base in ways rarely seen in modern football. The speculation has already led to comparisons with historic duos, but many insiders caution that while history is inspiring, the modern context and style of play could elevate this pairing to an unprecedented level if rumors hold true. Financial implications are also part of the conversation. While exact details remain under wraps, speculation suggests that the acquisition of Brown and Higgins simultaneously could represent a significant investment, not just in salaries, but in marketing, fan engagement, and brand building. The Patriots, traditionally measured in their financial approaches, will be signaling a willingness to prioritize star power and on-field impact, indicating a shift that might influence future roster decisions. Sponsorships, merchandise, and ticket sales could all see surges if the rumor becomes reality, as fans clamor to witness what could become one of the most formidable receiving duos in NFL history. Internally, there are discussions about how to balance salary cap considerations while maintaining the depth and flexibility required for sustained competitiveness, suggesting that the team is carefully strategizing not just for one season, but for several years of potential dominance. Every angle, from game day performance to off-field financial strategy, is being scrutinized under the lens of this speculation. If these rumors are correct, Brown and Higgins could represent more than just players. They could become central figures in a bold reinvention of the Patriots' identity, shaping the team's trajectory for years to come. Finally, the fan reaction and media frenzy surrounding the speculation cannot be underestimated. Social media chatter, fantasy football projections, and endless what-if scenarios are already circulating, fueling the anticipation and excitement. Even casual observers are captivated by the notion of Brown and Higgins joining forces, imagining the highlight reel catches, explosive yards after the catch, and game-defining touchdowns that could become routine rather than extraordinary. Rumors suggest that team executives are aware of the potential cultural impact of this duo, both within the locker room and among supporters, and are likely considering ways to leverage that energy for maximum effect. The narrative, whether officially confirmed or not, has already taken on a life of its own, blending expectation, speculation, and excitement in a way that few other off-season developments have managed to do. As the rumor continues to swirl, one thing is clear. The possibility of A.J. Brown and TEE Higgins lining up together in New England has ignited a conversation about strategy, chemistry, and the future of the Patriots that could reverberate throughout the league for years. This is not just speculation. It is the spark of a potential transformation, and everyone is watching closely to see if it becomes reality. The speculation surrounding A.J. Brown and TEE Higgins joining forces in New England has set off a cascade of potential storylines, and one of the most intriguing is how this duo could influence the team's offensive identity in ways that might redefine expectations for years to come. Rumors suggest that coaches are exploring innovative schemes that move beyond traditional alignments, experimenting with spread formations, motion shifts, and high-percentage deep shots designed to exploit the unique skill sets of both players. Brown's explosive physicality allows him to dominate contested catches, while Higgins' precise route running and ability to create separation could force defensive coordinators to cover multiple threats simultaneously. Internally, Sources hint at debates over which matchups to exploit most aggressively and how to structure the passing game around these receivers without overloading the quarterback or compromising run efficiency. Analysts speculate that if executed correctly, this could lead to a revolutionary approach in the AFC, where defenses must defend vertically, horizontally, and strategically anticipate combinations that have rarely been tested at this level. Off-field preparation reportedly mirrors this intensity, with film sessions, positional drills, and scenario simulations crafted to maximize chemistry, timing, and the ability to adjust in real time. While the speculation remains unofficial, the potential for Brown and Higgins to transform the Patriots' offense into a multidimensional threat is already generating conversations that ripple far beyond New England. Another dimension of this speculation revolves around the psychological impact on opposing defenses. Rumors circulating among insiders suggest that coordinators in the AFC are already calculating how to divide attention between two elite targets, potentially forcing corners and safeties into uncomfortable rotational strategies. Defensive game planning may no longer rely on locking down a single threat, but instead requires a holistic approach where every defensive alignment is constantly tested by the combination of speed, size, and technique Brown and Higgins bring. The idea that a single coverage error could result in explosive yardage or a momentum-shifting touchdown puts immense pressure on defensive units, forcing them to prioritize risk management while still trying to disrupt timing and spacing. Some analysts speculate that we might see adjustments in blitz schemes, coverage rotations, and even personnel deployment as teams attempt to neutralize the theoretical advantage of a dual threat in New England. Internally, the Patriots coaching staff is rumored to be leveraging this uncertainty, using misdirection, tempo changes, and creative route combinations to amplify the psychological challenge for opponents. This potential ripple effect could extend beyond a single game, influencing weekly preparation, halftime adjustments, and even scouting priorities throughout the season. While nothing is confirmed, the very possibility that Brown and Higgins could impose this kind of mental and tactical strain on opposing teams is enough to send speculative fans and analysts into overdrive, imagining a Patriots offense that becomes as intimidating off the field as it is on it. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The speculative union of Brown and Higgins also raises questions about long-term strategic planning. Sources suggest that team management is weighing the implications not just for the current season, but for multiple seasons of potential dominance. The acquisition or pairing of two elite receivers may require adjusting the quarterback development plan, offensive line priorities, and even the way the coaching staff approaches draft selections in order to maintain balance and sustain high-level performance. Analysts have speculated that New England could pivot toward a system where explosive passing plays become the foundation, rather than a complementary element, of their offensive philosophy. Internal discussions reportedly focus on creating an ecosystem that maximizes yards after the catch, leverages downfield threats, and integrates motion and formation versatility to keep defenses guessing. The rumor mill further suggests that the team is exploring creative ways to rotate personnel, use multiple receiver sets, and maintain matchup advantages, ensuring that Brown and Higgins' presence enhances the entire offensive structure rather than overwhelming it. If this speculation is accurate, the Patriots could be on the verge of redefining what it means to build a modern offense around elite receiving talent, potentially inspiring other franchises to adopt similar dual-threat strategies. Fans and analysts alike are captivated by the notion that this move could reshape the strategic landscape of the AFC and perhaps the league as a whole, even if it remains speculative for now. Media attention and fan speculation have already begun to take on a life of their own. Rumors indicate that social media engagement, merchandise interest, and fantasy football chatter have spiked dramatically at the mere suggestion of Brown and Higgins in the same offense. Every highlight, every practice clip, and even every cryptic comment from the coaching staff or players is being scrutinized for hints of confirmation. Analysts speculate that this kind of media frenzy could actually influence team decisions, as management may feel pressure to maximize the potential impact of the rumored duo while also navigating public expectations. Insider sources suggest that the narrative surrounding Brown and Higgins is not just about on-field production, but also about cultural impact, fan engagement, and the broader storytelling that surrounds the franchise. The speculation has prompted comparisons to some of the league's historic receiving duos. Yet there's a sense that, if true, this pairing could establish a new benchmark, blending explosive physical talent with technical precision in a way that has not been fully realized in New England before. Rumors continue to swirl, with insiders hinting at behind-the-scenes negotiations, strategic planning, and playful experimentation in practice designed to test every possible scenario involving this duo. Even without official confirmation, the mere discussion of such a combination has fundamentally altered the perception of the Patriots' potential for dominance. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.